keep picking on you, bro. You trash. Your music whack. Your clothes ugly. You crazy, bro. I ain't heard from Kanye in how long? Kanye, why I ain't heard from you? Why you ain't picked up the phone and called me? Why we ain't did no music? But you doing songs with 6ix9ine and getting shot at and shit? Man, fuck out of here with that stupid shit, bro. You wearing Trump hats. You doing cap shit. You crying on Twitter every week about Drake. Bro, your wife, Kim Kardashian, bro, she beautiful. Every rapper in the rap game follow Kim Kardashian. How you gonna get mad at Drake for following Kim Kardashian? You look lame. You need to stop that, bro. You ain't Walt Disney. You ain't Steve Jobs. You ain't Elon Musk. You ain't did nothing but come out with a pair of tennis shoes. Who the fuck is Kanye West? Kanye ain't never dressed this fresh his whole career. He be wearing oversized homeless clothes and charging $1,500 a shirt and goofy shit. I'm really in the streets every day, bro. We not rocking with Kanye right now. And it just is what it is.
This is a Silk exclusive.
So welcome to another episode of Words, Music, Dance. As always, I'm your host, Paul the Bull, no relation to Gavano. This week, as you can see, we got the, live via cams and satellites and things. I'm joined by my sisters, Tanae and Crystal. Wave to the cameras, lady. How y'all doing? Y'all spazzed on me for not having y'all on the show. Y'all wanted some funny, lighthearted topics. I'm putting all the business.
Why you gotta have the preamble? Why you gotta have the?
I'm putting the business out there.
We don't discuss family business in this.
But I was attacked, right. So my fans need to know that I was attacked. You know what I'm saying?
You were attacked.
So, everybody, how y'all doing? Everybody listening? Everybody watching on YouTube? Everybody listening on the podcast apps? They attacked me, and that's Crystal. Their information will be below. So
who's gonna check me, bro?
Right.
Cancel culture. Get them. Cancel.
Who's gonna check me, boo?
Yeah, cancel me and my credit, and let me start fresh. Cancel all of that.
Cancel them. All right. But welcome back, ladies. Last week's episode was all for John Witherspoon. Did y'all watch that?
I did.
I'm gonna say yes because I love you.
See, you see how it be?
I haven't got a chance to it yet. Damn, give me a minute.
It be the ones closest to you, man. I tell you, be the ones closest to you. But as y'all know, we lost John Witherspoon a couple weeks ago. Do you guys have any funny John Witherspoon moments that you would like to, drop real quick? Any lines, any movies, any happiness?
I don't. I just know he is that uncle. He was that uncle, that grandfather, that dude at every family reunion, every Christmas, every holiday that you knew no matter what, when you walked in the door, he was gonna have you laughing, spitting your food out, spitting your drink out, just because in regular conversation, he was gonna have you cracking up. And it was a shock and surprise to me. I was like, no, this can't be real. I'm really quiet about this for it to be real, the way it happened. But, they said, from what I heard, it was how he passed too. So, rest in peace to Pop. He will be missed. And it sucks because I heard they was rebooting the Boondocks.
Both they was the Boondocks was coming back, and it was going to be coming to HBO Max, the streaming service, and then also Ice Cube said they were finally got I think New Line Cinema, whoever, to agree upon greenlighting the final Friday or whatever movie they've been trying to get done. So now both of those will either not happen, or if they do try to continue it, he won't be a part of it, and that's gonna suck, Right. So, yeah, Crystal, any Pops Witherspoon moments that you?
I feel like everyone coordinated. You got to coordinate. Like before him, we pushed it together. We put it together. Now we coordinate.
Right.
You know, like, yo, ain't nobody gonna be doing that no more.
Right. Yeah, he made coordinate. He made that a thing. Like whenever, like you said, when you get dressed, you're like, oh, you looking at, you got to coordinate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got to say it like he said it. You got to coordinate.
You have to. Yeah.
That's it. And I found out too, looking up videos and stuff for the episode, him and Eddie freestyled that whole scene.
Wow.
It was supposed to be Martin's character was supposed to answer the door and introduce, David Alegre's father, his parents,
Gerard.
Yeah, but instead, Eddie wanted, because if you notice, the scene really was not part of the plot of the movie. It was just that,
Right.
So Eddie wanted with John Witherspoon to play David Alegre's father, and he's like, yo, just do what you do. He was and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it with you instead of Martin. He was like, I'm gonna do it with you, and we could play off each other. No script written. It was like, all right. John Witherspoon found that in wardrobe. He found the jacket, the belt, and he literally coordinated it on the spot, and they just went from there. So
you got to coordinate.
Yeah, so that alone,
and you got to use the jazz hands.
That made the scene even more hilarious watching it again. Just knowing that, them two played off each other, no script written, all that was just, John Witherspoon's genius.
Right.
And Eddie playing off of that, know what I'm saying? And same thing for the scene in House Party when he was the old dude in the window.
Oh my God.
Reginald Hudlin was the director of that, who also picked him for.
And they played husband and wife in that one
exactly. Too. And he said that Reginald Hudlin picked him for those movies, and got him in the Boondocks. But he told him in that, he was like, "Yo, you're an old dude. The window, the kids is making noise. Go." And he did the whole Public Enemy. He went through all that, freestyled it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that was him freestyling, him being him. And it became classic moments in those movies. So,
right.
So once again, rest in peace to John Witherspoon, aka Pops, Mr. Yeetity, Mr. Bang Bang Bang, and everyone, like you said, Sean Wayans. I also posted those sidebars of them, his memorial, and Sean was like, they was like, yo, he's gonna play our dad when we get a TV show, what I'm saying? And NBC picked up the Wayans brothers first, but told them they wanted Danny Glover to be their father. And they was like, no, we want John Witherspoon. And NBC dropped them, and WB picked them up and let them do it their way, and Pops was their Pops. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, they was like, nah, we're not doing it.
I couldn't even see Danny Glover playing the Pop.
Not in a comedy. No.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
It wouldn't have been as funny. He would have really been the father.
Grumpy,
like
the sobering moment.
Right. They would have had to carry it more. It had to be really Sean and Marlon carrying the jokes, whereas, John Witherspoon added to the funny.
Right. They had to keep up with him.
Was the highlights. Him and Marlon, they was guaranteed laughs. You know what I'm saying? Where we would have needed Sean to step up more if it would have been, Danny Glover, because Danny Glover would have just been the dad. He'd just been that old, and he probably would have been less scenes. It probably would have been just him every now and then. Whereas they turned the show into more Pops when he got the restaurant in the building, and you know what I'm saying? So it became more about him too. So Danny Glover would have just been at home all the time or something like that, I think. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad WB, when the Frog and all them came out and they let them do it their way, you know what I'm saying? That's when he became Pops. Then he later became Granddad on the Boondocks. You know what I'm saying? And
man,
every scene he did, man, he was a scene stealer.
Yep.
Every movie he was in, he was a scene stealer. Like scene is remembered. I was watching Hollywood Shuffle, and he was the owner of Winky Dinky Dog, and he told Robert Townsend, he was like, I'm making a new meal, hoe cakes. And Robert Townsend was like, hoe cakes? He's like, yeah, hoe cakes. Hoes got to eat too. And that line was just classic. Hoes got to eat too. You right? You know what I mean? So make him some hoe cakes.
Hoes do gotta eat now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. But shout out to Pops. Condolences on to his family, and and all that stuff. But back to the funny. Some stuff that happened this past weekend. Tyler, the Creator, had a festival, and I forget the name of it. It was some weird name, Camp Wampniak, something crazy.
Fire Festival Part 2.
Well, something like it. It was
Well, people actually came.
yeah, no, it was a
Can
real
we talk-
festival.
Can we do a pause for the cause for the Kanye? Sorry.
Oh, we can talk about Kanye too. We can get Kanye in here too. We can talk about Kanye too. But yeah, but we're gonna put a pin in that.
Okay.
And I already know where you're going.
Okay.
But real quick, you know what I'm saying, Drake and well, like I said, Tyler Creator had a festival, and he just put special guests, and people thought it was gonna be Frank Ocean, and much to their unhappiness, it was Drake.
Why did they think it was gonna be Frank Ocean?
Because I don't know. Because Tyler
festival, that genre of like, I don't know if it's hip hop, funk, or whatever the hell they call it. And Frank Ocean, Tyler the Creator, you know them hippy dippy type.
I've never heard of
Tyler the Creator, and you just said it. So that's how I
think
Tyler the Creator is kind of the RZA. Tyler the Creator is kind of the RZA of the group that came from that area. So Tyler the Creator, Frank Ocean, Earl Sweatshirt, a bunch of other dudes. They had a group called Odd Future.
Earl Sweatshirt?
Yes. It's a collective that came together, and Tyler is kind of like the RZA of that movement.
Like Crystal Jogger Pants?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you part of the group?
Yes.
Tanea Scarf.
Yes.
Tanea the
So Frank came from that collective and really separated himself from them and did his projects, Channel Orange, Blonde, and so on. And he hasn't really been seen with Tyler or any of them since then. Rumor was they had a falling out or what have you. Rumor was one of the men that Frank was talking about may have been Tyler. Rumors. So when Tyler created this and just put special guest, I guess everyone thought this would have been the reunion that they've been wanting.
Got you.
And instead they got they got Adonis' daddy.
They got the champagne poppy.
They got Adonis' daddy was there, and they was like, oh
my God.
And funny thing is, so you saw the video. It was actually Tyler was in the front when Drake was performing. Tyler's in the crowd and he's loving it. Tyler literally asked him to perform those songs he performed because it was his favorite songs, and he thought his people would gravitate towards it as well, and they didn't.
His people said no.
And they was booing him. They started chanting, "We want Frank," and Drake got a little in his feelings because he does that. And he asked him, he was like, "Listen, I'll keep going if y'all want me to." They was like, "No."
You know, I'm gonna tell you. Like I said, I'm here for you tonight. If you want to keep going, I will keep going tonight. What's up?
Frank!
If you want to keep going, I will keep going tonight.
He's gonna stay.
It's been love. I love y'all. I go by the name of Drake. Thank you for having me.
So humbling. He's pissed. I'm like that, bro. We want Frank. We want Frank. Frank. We want 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 Frank. Dude, is that it?
He was like, Kiki, do you love me?
Yeah.
Key.
And we hit him with the Russell Simmons. Thank y'all for coming out. Good night. He went off the stage. So should we shoot him? So
he wasn't the only one that got booed.
correct. So who else was? Because there was other special guests as well. But Drake
I think ASAP got booed. And somebody else got booed that I heard.
So they a booing crowd.
Yes.
Okay.
They want to see. I'm telling you, it's this new age hippy dippy crowd that they have a core of hip hop or whatever that music is that they listen to. I don't know because I don't listen to it. Tyler don't sing to me. Like, he don't speak to me. I don't gravitate to them. You know, Frank Ocean had a song here and there, but for the most part, I couldn't really,
I love Frank Ocean. I have to say, Nostalgia was my shit.
I don't know who the gray sweatshirt is. I don't know who
Earl sweatshirt.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know who he is, but they are very specific about the music that they like and want to hear. And as the crowd lets you know, no, we don't want to hear Kiki. We don't want to hear views. We don't want to hear none of that. We don't care.
Yeah.
That ain't for us.
Yeah.
They didn't care that he was Adonis' daddy. They don't give it. That's not they.
Yeah.
We don't care.
So
for him.
I have this that I usually ask either bail or bid. Do we shoot Drake some bail, or do he got to do his bid for getting booed? Was it warranted, or do y'all feel like you're gonna bail him out on this one? Crystal.
I would bail him out because it obviously, okay, first of all, I would fuss at my booker, okay? Like, if you knew my crowd, why would you book me for this show?
Well, Tyler was the booker. It wasn't a Drake crowd.
Okay, so if it depends on when Drake went on. If you already saw ASAP getting booed, if you already saw else getting booed, I would be like, I would have came out and said, like, is it all right? Can I come out? Can I do a song? Are y'all gonna like? I would, right, and I would have been like, all right, then, you know what? Y'all ain't getting nothing. Peace. And then I would have left because he looked so in his feelings, so butthurt.
Yeah.
Like, y'all don't like me. And I think that's also the problem with Drake a little bit. I think Drake feels like everybody gonna like him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily, I don't hate Drake, but I'm not like a Drake fan. Now, I got a Drake fan to live in my house. And this part is driving me crazy. And that's probably the reason why I care for Drake too much.
Right.
But I would bail him out because, oh man, nobody wants to get booed. Come on.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
So
I mean, I shoot him some bail because it wasn't out. I was saying I'd shoot him bail. However, dude, you really shouldn't have got, like, you could tell he got real in his feelings about it, and that was my only thing. Like,
Drake,
you know, this ain't your fault. These not your fault. And as many albums as you sell or whatever, these not your crowd. This not your swim lane. So when you realize that, Tyler, thanks for having me. Good night, and you keep it pedal pushing, because at this point you wasn't who they wanted to be, and they made no problem telling you that it was you. And what the hell do you care? You still got paid.
And I don't think he cared. I don't think he cared much.
I mean, my parents for the check got come.
If he got a check, he might have did it pro bono.
I think in this,
and that's my.
Well, here's the thing, in this age of recording everything and recording all concerts and snippet of concerts, and yes, getting booed, I'm sure the hurtness is not like, man, I'm hurt they don't like me. It's probably like, damn, somebody's recording this shit.
That too.
Right.
Yeah, no.
That part. Because everything gets seen somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's all about the brand. So that kind of hurt his brand as Adonis' daddy. It hurts his
But
Why you keep
brain.
saying that, my man? Why you keep saying? Why you keep saying that?
Well, because
here's
did
where
you see his tribute
here's where his
to
ego
Adonis?
kicks in, though.
Did you see what he did for Adonis's birthday?
No.
You didn't see what he did for
What,
Adonis?
the foot?
The foot.
No.
The foot?
That was on Adonis's birthday.
The foot. He showed a picture of the little boy's sock
Yes.
that said, "I love my daddy."
Oh, I saw that. I didn't know what the hell that was about. I
That
love
was
my dad
Adonis's birthday.
too. I got socks too. What? Well,
Here's where the ego came in. When he gets off stage, he goes, "My name is Drake." Yeah. I
yes,
love my
I saw that. I thought it was like a Fit Fab promo, or like it goes in. Like yeah, I saw it on yours, and that's why I was like, okay, socks. I love my daddy. Like I
Somebody
thought it
called
was
me a
like part of
troublemaker.
a that comes every month. A
No.
monthly. Oh,
That was for Adonis on his birthday.
a monthly subscription. That's what I thought.
No,
Monthly subscription socks. That's what I thought.
no, that was Adonis
that
on
was
his
my
birthday.
only thing. When he should have said thank you. He should have just said thank you and good night instead of "My name is Drake and I love you all."
Yeah,
You know what it was? It was a situation he's never been in, so he didn't know how to handle it. So
Yeah.
he didn't
Of
want to just
course.
say F y'all. So he tried to be cordial, you know.
He should have just said F y'all.
But the brand.
That part.
It's all about the
My
brand.
bad.
Say it with your chest and just walk off.
All right, well, y'all bailing him out in this
Right.
situation.
Tell me how you really feel.
Y'all bailing him out in this situation, but you brought up Kanye
I'm
and
trying to bail, but I'm still gonna talk.
no doubt, but I'm moving on. You brought up
Okay.
Kanye. You brought up Kanye, and he had his Sunday service festival. What was it called? I forget the name of it. God is great or something.
Fire Festival.
Yeah,
Fire Festival.
and there was a bundle for a $55 breakfast that resembled the McDonald's big breakfast.
No, it actually McDonald's has more food on the big breakfast than the plate.
And it's much prettier, even from McDonald's.
Thank you. It comes in a dome and everything. It still comes in a dome.
And your food be hot.
Thank
because
you.
it's like a styrofoam igloo.
No.
So Crystal, since you brought it up, bail a bid. Kanye, do you shoot him some bail?
He needs to do 20 to life for a given. First of all, it had not have been me. It better had not have been me that paid $55. First of all, I'm paying $55. Ain't no unlimited mimosas involved. I ain't doing it no way. But if I'm paying $55 for a breakfast, and when you go back in post-production, you better show a photo of this MFing breakfast.
Will do.
You know what?
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get
this
it.
breakfast. This breakfast looked all to be damned.
I'm gonna find it.
Please put it up there.
I
want people, viewers, would you pay $55 for that? You need to click a comment below, comment, and the answer will be no. Who in the Sam hell is paying $55 for 2 slices of bacon? And first of all, the bacon looked all sad and pitiful. It wasn't even like, it didn't look like Applewood smoked bacon. It looked like
see, Kim didn't make it.
I don't even,
because Kim be cooking
like
apparently.
The first, it looked like the first strips of bacon you get, like when you first open up that pack, the first thin strip that you get.
It looked like when you first start making bacon.
Or the bacon with a lot of fat on it that gets that melts away, and you left with a little bit of bacon.
Yeah.
So but what about that dry? It was like a pancake or one.
Yeah,
it was
pancakes.
So sad.
Naya
First of all,
wait, hold on, Crystal's not done. Hold on.
If you have that big of a plate, you should not. It shouldn't be that much space on the plate. You know what I mean? You should have a plate of food, not
a planner's plate.
It's like a plate with a side of food.
The lady said, because I read what she said. She asked for some more food, which I would ask for some more
ask
damn
for
food
my
too.
food,
I got all this.
not more food. Where is my food? Because that ain't it. That can't be it.
You got half a scoop of eggs. You got the sorry strips of bacon, the hockey pucks for sausage. You got less than silver dollar size pancakes. Everything was cold. And she said you were supposed to get a scoop of grits, but the grits was so thick. She said, no, thank you. Okay? No food. He gets no bail. Okay? He gets no bail.
He need to be under the jail.
And the double reason why he gets no bail is because he claims complete deniability. That wasn't me. That was the caterer. That was somebody else. I didn't have nothing to do with that. But it was bundled under your Sunday service.
Right.
It was Brunchella with Kanye's Sunday service.
Right.
Okay? And people were paying $55 because that $55 was not only just for the breakfast, but it was supposed to also be as a contribution to the Sunday service. So how you don't have nothing to do with that? Like, come on, people, let's be real.
You got to respect the brand. He had to say he did. That's what Ja Rule said. Ja Rule said that wasn't on him. That's what
They're not.
Ja blamed the young dude. So
I wasn't responsible for the caterer. So who picked the caterer and told the caterer that they could just be out there and selling breakfast and collecting the $55?
Was it your wife?
Kim should have cooked. Everybody keep praising her food. Kim should have been out there.
Who are these people? Who are these people that praise her food? Who?
Kevin Hart.
He ain't real.
Who else?
Yeah, Kevin Hart said she could fry some chicken.
Right. And the greens. He said the greens.
First of all, Kevin Hart can't do comedy. So I don't understand how we gonna go with his version of food. He can't even do a stand-up. He ain't did a good stand-up since 2008 or whatever. Who else? Who else ate the food?
He gets no bail. He gets no bail.
Kanye ate it.
He's doing all his time.
He on medication, right?
I don't think he's on it no more. I don't think he's on the medication no more.
He lied to David Letterman. He died to leave David Letterman with the
He lied. He did. He gets no bail and he gets no parole. He does all his time.
Okay.
You need to get the needle. Get him in the needle.
You toying with the folks. You toying with the people. You toying with the people. Because at first he was like, no, this is not no church. This is not church. But now all of a sudden you got a brunch and you got a pastor. Now you it sounds like you're building a
your
church.
child's name is Psalms. How are you not? Come on, stop it. Just cut it out.
So have y'all listened to the Jesus is King album?
I haven't bought an album from Kanye.
No.
808 and Harvard.
Streamed it.
You better cut it out.
Heard it. It was on when you was walking by and passing.
I know. No.
So y'all didn't hear it?
I don't know nobody who subscribed to Kanye.
I'm sorry. I'm just asking. Just asking.
I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested.
All right, I got you.
Jesus is King, huh? Jesus is King.
That's what it's called.
Have you heard it?
I have.
And
it's a typical Kanye album. A lot of people are trying to say it's gospel or what have you. It's a typical Kanye album where God and Christianity is the focal point. Like 808s and Heartbreak had the breakup theme. This is just Kanye's Christianity theme, but it doesn't sound like either he's born again. It doesn't sound like it just sounds like Kanye found another theme, a thematic album. That's what so it doesn't sound like a gospel. It's his same old raps. It's only 27 minutes long, so it's more 2 minutes on.
The whole album?
Whole album. You can listen to it on your way to work and be done before you get to the first light. It's only like 27 minutes long. It's more than 7 tracks. Remember last year was the whole 7-track thing. It's about 12 maybe, but it's like 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long here. Typical Kanye yelling for no reason. Very good production as always. He can produce. But the truth be told, his features and stuff are much better on the album. It's like, then you hear him, you like, he ruined the song. You know what I'm saying? If he would have had like a gospel singer, or he would have got with Chance the Rapper, or someone to do the more gospel-y or Christian sound, then maybe.
Said, nah, I'm good.
You know what I'm saying? But in other news, so y'all haven't listened to Kanye's album, but have you guys had the Popeye's chicken sandwich?
No.
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 And I don't even want it. I don't even want it at this
All
point.
right, it's a simple question. Hold on, don't go in yet. Don't go in yet. Don't go in yet.
I don't even want it.
The sandwich is back. For those that don't know,
Right.
Popeye's chicken sandwich is back.
Officially November, what was it, November 3rd?
Yeah, I don't know. It was a Sunday. I remember that because the joke was Chick-fil-A is closed, but we got the sandwich back. You
Right.
know what I mean? So Popeyes was like, in your face, we got sandwiches, come through. But since the sandwich has come back, in Crystal's old neighborhood of Maryland,
It's a whole state. It's not.
Don't
Don't play like that. Like yo, Maryland is a whole state. It's not a
Oxford
neighborhood.
Hills or something like that. I think it was the location.
Where?
Oxford Hills, something like that.
That don't sound like Baltimore County.
Your stomping grounds. Your old stomping grounds. But so the news reported that.
So tonight at 7 o'clock, we got a call for a stabbing. There was a argument that began inside the restaurant behind me between two adult males. That argument spilled out into the street. And one male stabbed the other. The victim, a 28-year-old man from our area, was rushed to a local hospital. Our police officers arrived on scene. They pulled out their medical trauma kits, and they began to apply life-saving measures on him here at the scene, and then he was transported to the hospital. About 51 minutes after the initial incident, we believe, is when he was pronounced dead at the hospital. What we have since been able to determine through our investigation, our homicide detectives are hard at work on this one, but we have been able to determine that preliminarily that this is related to the release of the sandwich here at this restaurant. That this individual was in line, a line specifically for the sale of the sandwich, when another customer and he got into an altercation, and that ended with the victim being stabbed outside of the business. So those are our initial details, that somebody cut in front of the other. For you to get that angry over anything, for that type of anger to develop into this type of violence, again, is a very sad and tragic day. And that person needs to turn themselves in.
Now, at first, the story was, they killing people over the sandwich. But when you think about it, did he kill him for the sandwich, or did he kill him for cutting him in line? And the sandwich just happened to be the MacGuffin for the intrusion.
Yo, I don't understand why you're making it sound like this nigga did not get killed for no sandwich. Like, you really tried it.
Because what if you was in line for just a 2 piece of the biscuit, and somebody cut you in line?
You gonna cut them?
You might.
You gonna cut them out?
It has happened.
You gonna cut them out?
It's not the first time. You know what I mean? So
My people, it's a sandwich. It's a sandwich. It is 2 pieces of bread with a piece of dry ass chicken inside.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't even want it.
I don't want it. Me neither.
It's because I was driving.
Y'all got Zaxby's. Y'all good down
Okay.
there. I mean,
I
y'all got
was
the good stuff.
driving the other day, and I happened to drive past Popeye.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the whole right lane into the Popeyes drive-thru wrapped around the Popeyes building for this damn sandwich
It's worse than a Chick-fil-A line. God, no.
It was ridiculous. I just drove by like, y'all can't be that thirsty for this sandwich. It's a piece of chicken.
Yeah, I haven't had it either myself. Popeyes has dropped the price on their chicken tenders though, so I might need to holler at them again. Chicken tenders is cheaper.
Fry you a chicken breast.
Thank you.
You a Hawaiian roll.
Thank you.
Get you some mayonnaise and splash some hot sauce in it. Mix it up.
Okay.
Sit on there. Throw some pickles.
Do
And
you
you
even have pickles on theirs?
yes, they got pickles on it.
Yeah, somebody actually did a video on Instagram with the whole recipe, just like you saying it. He was like,
start with that chicken thigh, pat it dry. Get them all in a bowl. Season them all with Tabasco, cayenne, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Mix it up until it looks just like that. 2 cups of flour, cayenne, paprika, cornstarch, salt, and pepper. Mix it up. That's the flour mix. 2 eggs, buttermilk. You know, want to mix that up. Pour that over the chicken. Mix up the chicken, get it in there, and let it sit. Then coat the chicken very well in the flour. Spicy mayonnaise, paprika, cayenne, Tabasco. Simple. Mix. Oil in. Check that it's hot enough. Has to be hot enough. You want to hear that noise. Chicken thigh, 5 to 6 minutes each side, golden brown, then flip. After that, take it out just like that. Toasted brioche bun, spicy mayonnaise both sides, pickles, that chicken, top it. Yes.
The good thing about you doing it yourself is you can season it how you want.
and you can make yourself about 3, 4, 5 of them.
And go to
and you ain't committed no felony. You ain't committed not nail one felony.
Yeah.
I mean, you got people out here cussing out workers. The man body slammed the woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Another incident of violence erupts at a Popeye's fried chicken restaurant. This one caught on camera in Columbia, Tennessee. It's now the subject of a police investigation. Witnesses say it began earlier inside the Popeyes when the woman was disputing a charge on her bill. A heated argument began between the customer and several Popeyes employees.
Put her out.
Customers in here. And what was I your money to get out? Before I call the law on you and forcefully remove you.
Employees told the woman to leave the restaurant, and they say the customer then used the N-word.
Hey, you in the wrong place saying the N-word, though.
If she said something that she regrets, it doesn't give a grown man the right to chase her into the parking lot as she's trying to leave the store and slam a 55-year-old grandmother down on the concrete.
That customer's attorney also sharing this x-ray and says she suffered 9 fractures, including 6 broken ribs and a broken knee. Police arrested 29-year-old Darian Hughes. He's facing aggravated assault charges in this case.
It's real out here. It's real out here.
You know, here's my thing about this Popeye's chicken sandwich. If we could put as much energy into getting this damn sandwich into a business model, into voting, into something else. It amazes me the power of Black people really want something. The problem is we only really want a chicken sandwich. Something else, you toy for your child. That's not right. Why are we acting a fool for a chicken? First of all, Nay and I drove to 4. 1, 3, 4.
Okay.
Chicken sandwich first came out.
So y'all did try to get them when it first came out.
When it first came out.
Okay.
We wanted them. We had children in the back of the car.
Okay. Blame it on the kids.
We didn't. Let me tell you, I didn't want this chicken sandwich. Okay? I feel like it's probably laced with the cocaine. Okay. The way people is acting about this chicken sandwich. We went for Popeyes, okay? And every Popeyes, it was a big old sign. We ain't got no more chicken sandwiches. Leave us alone. We don't got no more. So finally on the 4th Popeyes, we was like, all right, forget it. Forget the chicken sandwich because they got signs on all the windows. Got no more. It's on the windows. It's on the drive-through panel. It's on the pole. It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Fine. So we get to the Popeyes. Okay, well then I want some shrimp. Oh, we don't got that either.
The fridge was full with chicken breasts. They couldn't.
They don't have no more sandwiches. You don't got no sandwiches. You don't. First of all, hold on. That's not the end of the story. You don't got no sandwiches. You don't got no shrimp. Also, you don't got no soda. All you got is fruit punch. Who in the hell left the gate open?
Yes. because we did get one soda or whatever, and that shit was flat as hell. Okay.
I mean, you figure people buying a soda with the sandwich, so they get it's Black Friday out there to them. They, you know,
all they had was, and it was hot out the machine.
I'm sorry.
It was
Popeyes is canceled.
It was terrible. It was
Popeyes
terrible.
is canceled.
So bail a bid. Homie that stabbed homie for cutting the line. You're not shooting him no bail.
No, that's pure ignorant.
But he cut him in line. It's the principalities. No.
I mean, it is Baltimore though. They've cut people for less.
First of all, stop. Is it from Baltimore? Is it in Baltimore? Stop that.
It was Maryland. Oxford Hills, Maryland.
Oxford Hills is not. It's not.
It's close.
It's close. What we not gonna do on this podcast?
It's close.
It's downgrade my whole city. What we not gonna do?
I said the state. That was Naya. She
okay.
Said, I said the state, but that's your state. That was your state.
I go back and forth because it just depends on what day you catch me. If you catch me on a day that ain't nothing really happening, you cut me in line, I might be like, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me." But if you catch me on a day like my man left me, my dog died, one of my children got the one leg is shorter than the other leg.
I just lost my job.
Okay. You might pull a shank out.
I might be liable to snap. You don't know.
You might see. Think back. Tickle Me Elmo came out. People was going crazy. White people too was going crazy. Let's not
get it twisted. White people are going crazy for the sandwich too.
Exactly. The Nintendo Wii. You know what I'm saying? People was going crazy. The Nintendo, when they did the new Nintendo, the small joints, people was going crazy. So Christmas time is usually when it happened. Sneaker culture. People want to be flipping sneakers. Oh, there's only limited stocks. People go crazy. So when someone cuts you in line and you've been standing there for about an hour or so, maybe, who knows?
Sometime I'm gonna go day.
I mean,
a bad day. We'll talk big. If it's a regular Tuesday, come on, man. You gotta stab nobody. Like,
all to do is too.
So we might shoot him bail.
You got a public defender. Like what? Like what is like?
So you gonna give him 10%? You gonna give him 10% bond?
I feel like a little probation. I feel like probation.
Okay.
Community service.
Let him sleep in overnight and then bail him out. You gonna let him stay the night?
Yeah.
And then
learn your lesson. Yeah, learn your lesson.
Learn your lesson.
With community service.
Yeah, community service. You don't feel like 1,000 hours of handing out chicken sandwiches. It's a difference.
Do you want to entrust someone that's stabbing somebody for some sandwiches with a bag full of them?
Listen,
he ain't coming back.
He's got to work at that Popeyes and hand out 1,000 chicken sandwiches.
He gonna get high on his own supply.
Hey,
I mean that's on his case, but that's his community.
He gonna skip. He a flight risk.
Nah.
He put Pookie in the Carter. You can't do that. He's stabbing people. You gonna put him in? He gonna be on some. You know what, Your Honor? You are right.
What he said? Help me, Scotty! I'm gonna die.
You put him. You gonna put him in there? He gonna be like, Your Honor, yes, that is the proper punishment for me. I will be at Popeyes bright and early to do my duty. Yes, I will go now. Are they open? Let me. What? Yeah, go ahead and let him do community service. Sandwiches. He gonna be there. One for me, one for you, 2 for me. Yeah, they gonna be like, yeah, we sold out already. But I'm done for my shift. What's in your bag? Nothing.
You gotta sell them. You have to sell them. You have to actually sell 1,000.
Yeah, go ahead and put him 1,000 hours. Yeah, okay, 1,000 hours working at the scene of the crime. Okay, yeah. See what happened next. But last but not least, the homie T.I. Tip Clifford Harris was
shout out to Hustle and Soul. What's the show name? Hustle and Soul.
Rhythm and Flow.
Rhythm and Flow.
Rhythm and Flow. Did y'all finish that, by the way?
Yeah.
Was y'all satisfied with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. But back to T.I. After he did all that, and you know, people was loving him again because they was kind of looking at him sideways about the whole Gucci thing. But T.I. was back in good graces. And then he went on a podcast. By the way, he had his own podcast, but he was on another, the Ladies First podcast, I believe it's called. You know, free shout out to them or whatever. And they was asking him about parenting and you know, himself raising a daughter and things like that, and how he parents them, and do kids listen to them, how he parents, and so on and so forth. And he brought up,
you know, I think that most kids, man, in hindsight, looking back, they always thank their parents for not allowing them to damage themselves as much as they could have.
1,000%. Yeah, I agree. I had strict parents, and I hated it. I was the first one. They were so strict with me. But looking back, there are things I'm like, you could have let me go to the dance. The prom. I wasn't gonna have sex on the dance floor. Right. Like, my God.
No, of course not. The backseat of the Buick.
On the way home. I was a virgin, okay? But, you know.
I heard about what girls who say they virgins, like what they you guys have contingencies.
What's that? Like what?
There are contingencies and alternative routes.
Oh, Lord. So have you had the sex talk with your daughters?
Have I? We go.
Which, by the way, your daughters are so beautiful.
Yeah,
so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure you have your hands full. And like the other one's 18, so she definitely knows about sex.
See,
but
this
I'm
is
just
the
wait,
thing.
it's Deja, right? She's 18,
yes,
right?
Deja's 18, just graduated high school now, and she's attending her first year of college, figuring it out for herself. And yes, not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh, okay. I'm done with you right now.
So, you know.
Do you go with her? She's a prisoner.
Yes, I go with her.
Somebody check on Deja.
I go with her.
She's a prisoner.
So let me tell you, right? So this is one time we go. I think this might have been after her 16th birthday. And this is what we do. Like, you know, right after the birthday, we celebrate. And
we go and check her hymen after.
And then,
what the fuck?
you know, usually like the day after the party, she's enjoying her gifts. I put a sticky note on the door. Guy knows. Tomorrow, 9:30.
Oh, this is great.
And so look, right? So we'll go. You know what I mean? We'll go and we'll sit down. We'll sit down, and then the doctor will come and talk. And you know, the doctor's maintaining a high level of professionalism. He's like, well, you know, sir, I have to. You know, in order for me to share information, I say, Deja, they want you to sign this. They want you to sign
this right now. I need to know if your hymen's still there.
So we can share information. Is there anything that you would not want me to know? Oh, okay. See, Doc, ain't no problem.
You are the worst.
And so then, right? Then they come and say, okay, well, I just want you to know that there are other ways besides sex that the hymen can be broken.
Right.
Like bike riding,
really,
athletics, horseback riding.
That's aggressive. That is aggressive
and,
riding.
You know, just other forms of athletic physical activity.
Is she an athlete?
No.
There you go. You're like, sorry,
I say, look, Doc.
She's not.
She don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bike. She don't play no sports, man. Just check the hymen, please, and give me back my results. Expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
But I will say, as of her 18th birthday, her hymen is still intact.
Deja, you are an angel. You know what you're doing? You're creating men to be vultures who are like, virgin.
That's all right. I'll tell you another story.
There's no virgins left.
I'll tell you another story.
What's a virgin?
Man, they're no fun. Who wants a virgin?
You two are both women. Now, how do I gotta say both cisgendered female?
Stop. Okay. Just talk.
I mean, you know, they be, you know, I gotta say y'all. Okay.
Who is they?
Y'all also mothers.
I don't speak millennial or Generation Z.
I don't know what that is.
You guys are also mothers. You guys also have daughters. So from the woman mothers of daughter point of view, I won't even ask y'all to bail a bid T.I. out, but Naya, what's your perspective or point of view on his comments? His you know, what do you got about that? What do you think about that?
As I was saying before we started recording, I don't feel left or right about it. That's what he does with his family. If her mother is fine with it, and she signed the consent form for her father to know at the gynecologist visit, because at 16, yes, that they basically feel like it's the patient's right to say yes or no or whatever.
Correct.
And so she signed the paper for her father to know, and he's gonna be T.I. Let's not act like we don't know who this man is. Okay, he was introduced to us when we found out about his relationship with Tiny, and it was said that he told Tiny, "Okay, I'm hitting now. You ain't got to work no more. You gonna stay at the house, take care of the kids. You don't need that group. You don't need to do none of that. You're gonna be somebody's mom." Okay, so let's not forget that this man is old school through and through. As much as he does all that he does and speaks, you know, his dictionary words and all that stuff, he is who he is. Okay? And he's not going to change for anybody. So for me personally, I don't feel left or right about it. He did what he felt he had to do to find out what he wanted to know.
Okay.
And that was the bottom line. Now, yes, there was some ignorance associated with it, because just because her hymen is intact does not necessarily mean she had any sexual activity.
And in his story, he mentioned that.
Right. And if her hymen was not intact, it does not mean that she did have sexual activity. Because if you are and that's what the doctor was saying, if you are an active individual doing split cartwheels, gymnastics, riding a bike, falling real hard, boom, this done. Okay? So he had it, his man logic, I'll call it, is what he was speaking from, and he felt comfortable enough to speak his truth about his family.
Because he also said she's not athletic.
Right. That's what he said. He said she don't ride no bikes. Yeah. She don't do none of that.
She don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bikes. She don't do no sports. Give me the results, doc. Right. Expeditiously, give me the results. So that's why he said, he's like, she don't do none of that. So as long as she ain't doing none of that, now in my mind, then I know she ain't doing none of that.
Right.
That's what he wanted to know. So you shooting him bail?
I mean, I'm gonna shoot him bail because he is. He ain't gonna change. He's never changed. He's always been this person from the beginning. And if you really do your research, and this is my problem with the cancel culture and shutting people down, they don't do no research. It's all based on the comment that the person has said that day, that moment, that time. But this is who this man is through and through. With all the good that he does, with all the bad that he does. When it comes to his family, he truthfully in his heart, if he could have Tiny just stay home and take care of the kids, that's what he wants. He's old school to his soul. And he'll tell you.
Okay. All right, Crystal. Shoot him some bail or make him do his bid?
What am I making us doing his bid on? Being a protective father?
His comments, is he, do you feel
Okay, so here's my thing. I don't have a problem with him taking her to the doctors. I don't have a problem. I feel though in the comments though, I feel like she was kind of forced to sign off on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The way he said it, it definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like she really wasn't like, oh yeah, it's not a problem. I can sign this, it's whatever, because I already know I'm good. It was kind of like I really don't have no choice.
Well, if you listen to the audio, he said like I couldn't see him, but it was like, hey, they want you to sign this. It wasn't like, hey, read over this, and they want to, you know, it was, hey, he said you need you to sign this so I can get the results. That's what it was. T.I. gave it the abbreviated, sign this so I can know what's going on with you.
So for me, as a young girl, I don't know if my father said, hey, we need you to sign this. I'm like, well, hold on, let me read this. Hold on. There may be some things that I don't want you to know.
Right.
And that's within a child. Not saying that it's got to be detrimental that I don't want my parents to know, but there are some things. A gynecology appointment is personal and private. I have accompanied my child to her appointment, and then once she was like, "Okay, you're gonna have to strip down," I was like, "Okay," and then I'm out. Yeah, I don't need to know none of this. I don't need to know between you with the. No, I don't need to know that. And my thing is that I trust my child enough that if there's something I do need to know, she gonna go ahead and tell me.
Right. Because we have the same conversation. I had to sign the paper, or Mia had to sign the paper, but the three of us had a conversation. Okay, Mia, listen, this is completely up to you. The doctor needs for you to sign the paper to say that I have the right to know what's going on with you during your doctor's visit. If there's things you don't want me to know, I don't have to know because it's strictly between you and your doctor. Okay? And at any point you don't want me in the room while you're dealing with when you talking to the doctor, that's fine. I'm gonna step back because that is a private thing. And like
it's supposed to be a safe space. Your gynecologist is supposed to be probably one of the most people you're supposed to trust implicitly. You're just you have to trust that person.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can strip down and let that person do what they need to do on you and you not trust them. So you have to be able to say what you need to say. You have to be able to talk to your gynecologist in a way that you may not be able to talk to your parents. And rightfully so. I mean, the part that your gynecologist is dealing with is parts that your parents after a certain age shouldn't be really seeing anymore. My issue though is in reference to King as opposed to her. See, now King is sexually active and and it's kind of, even though you may not be all right with it per the transcript or per the podcasty piece, you cool with it because he a boy. And that to me is wrong.
Right.
And I get it. When you're raising a boy and when you're raising a girl, there are two kind of different lanes. You know what I mean? Boys do boy things and girls do girl things. And I understand that you want to protect the girl in a little bit more than you would the boy because, you know, the what is it? The cis normative, the cis will be boys. But girls, you want to preserve their vulnerability. You want to preserve their innocence in a way. But in the climate that we live in, and this whole everything is on Instagram, ass, butt cheeks, and all this other kind of stuff on Instagram, I don't know what you're really trying to preserve. As long as your kid is safe, as long as your kid is knowledgeable, as long as your kid, and I don't know how you can't get any more knowledgeable than having a father that is T.I. and him and Tiny is all over the place doing a whole bunch of stuff. So
and they got a show with the family.
Right.
And I think as a girl, you would be like, okay, well, I know what kind of man I may want. You, daddy, sometimes ain't it? So you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like he should trust her a little bit more. And I think that after the age of 18, those parent sponsored gynecology visits needs to be on the end. Let's go ahead and end that.
I would assume that too. Okay. What I will say, real quick, what he did do was make everybody aware of the fact that she is a virgin. So now all you did was up her socket. Because she was fine before, because she was killing it. She's smart. She's attractive. She grew up very nice. She's well mannered. She, you know, she got a gray head on her shoulders. Wait, and she's a virgin?
Yeah. I was gonna ask you guys that because now, I mean, since he said that, like I said, the story that he presented was, he said, you know, was started around when she was about 16. She's now 18. But he also put her information out there that she is a virgin still.
Right.
And like you said, it kind of put a bullseye on her, because there are people that fetishize that knowing that, oh, I'm here first. Because at the end of the audio clip that I found, he actually said, nobody wants a virgin. They're no fun.
I would say the same thing. Who wants to teach somebody? I ain't got time.
And there are people that do. I mean, if you recall, a couple years, not even anymore, it was a couple years ago, there was a girl online selling her virginity, and it went for millions of dollars. There are people out there that that's the whole sex trafficking ring. Not to bring a dark cloud over this story,
right?
But
that is a dark cloud.
That
people
that
who
alone,
virginity and
that knowledge alone, no matter how she looks, you know, knowing that she's young,
the ability to say I was there first,
right? And there are people that want to know that, and so he and not to say, you know, I'm not wishing anything on her, nothing like that, but now there are eyes on her for that reason alone, and that's scary in itself. You know what I mean? Because
think about Beyonce. Marcus Houston came out. What's his name? Nick Cannon tried to say he tried to get it. Remember how everybody kept trying to say, you know, they shot, or this, that, and the third. It's a very similar situation.
Ray J made a whole song about Kim Kardashian. I hit it first.
This is the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, Ray J had a song.
This is the climate that we live in. So he's still in his old world thinking, saying, I'm preserving my daughter by saying she's a virgin. I stay away. But in actuality, all you did was draw them closer to her. Because
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, a man with a gun charge with a virgin daughter, I don't know if you're I don't know if you're making me want to step up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually went to jail. Like, I don't know if you're making me want to step up.
That's what the thing is. Well, your daddy is T.I.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not sure I want to give up my life just yet.
Right.
Your daddy is T.I. So that's the only other
we
thing
ain't talking about Matthew. Matthew probably been like, oh yeah, well, Beyonce. We're talking T.I. Okay, the man is already gone.
We'll see how brave some folks might be. You may be right. It might be somebody that be like, I would, but your daddy, he had military grade. But some people might say, you know what, he did time for it. Maybe he ain't got them guns no more. I could take a chance.
But he got
I don't know. But you listen. We don't know.
But it's a thought. But you have to go through the thought process. You understand?
Yeah.
You got to go through the thought process.
Yeah. And some people won't. Some people may just be like, ooh, she's still fresh. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? There's some creeps out there.
What you say? She's still fresh.
Yeah.
What you saying?
I think to me, I agree with the both of y'all. He's definitely very old fashioned in his ways. Him parenting is the way he parents. Can't tell him nothing about that.
Right.
I definitely think he said too much on the podcast. In my point of view.
That's what I don't agree with, where he exposed his child.
Yeah, I think he could have just said, I go with her.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Right.
Because I'm you know what I'm saying, he didn't need to go into detail.
Right.
He could have just like, you know what, when she was about 16, I started going to her, you know, gynecology checkups just to make sure things is good.
And that would have been enough.
You know what I mean? But I think the fact that would have been the hymen situation and this and that, you know, he put her business out there. You know what I'm saying? She don't ride bikes, she don't do nothing, she don't, you know, it was like, all right, well, gee, thanks, Dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just put all my business. But yeah, that
right. She a loser. She don't do shit.
Right. Like, you know what I mean? He just was just shoveling it on her. Like, yeah, she don't do this. She ain't smashing nobody. She ain't riding bikes. She ain't riding horses. She just be in the house. Okay. She can't use that excuse no more. Oh no, I can't hang out with you. I'm going horseback ride. No, your daddy said you don't do that. No, no. I heard your daddy. You know. But what do y'all think about what do y'all think about the ladies of the podcast taking the episode down after backlash they received for laughing or not standing up for womanhood or what have you, or just the internet doing what they do and attacking them and them taking the episode down.
I don't see how you can be these. What's the name of the podcast?
Believe ladies first.
Ladies first, and you take it ladies first.
Ladies first.
I feel like everyone's so sensitive. This is such a you can't say nothing. And if 5 people, because people think 5 people equals 5 million, and sometimes 5 people is just 5 people. So I'm not taking down my whole podcast because they were laughing. I'm sure the story, if I heard it, I read the transcript of it. But I'm sure it was funny. So, and it's my podcast. See, here's the thing: when you are now beholden upon your audience to make or break you, sometimes just to me that is. It takes away the point of you doing it. What was the point of you creating the podcast? Was it a whole bunch of people so that they can have opinions about you and you can make a whole lot of money? Or was it because you wanted your voice and your stories and what you're passionate about to be heard? Now, you change from the latter to the former. Once it goes from being something that you're passionate about to something that makes you money, and you in it for the viewership and the sponsorship and the this and the that, and you lose what the whole spirit of it is about, you probably take it down because it's not for you. The podcast is now your job, and when before it was your passion. And so at that point, take it down. You don't take it down because it's about other people. It's no longer about you.
Whole podcast down, just not the episode. Take the whole podcast down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take the whole thing down. Why don't you now ask your audience what topics they want to hear and exactly who they want to hear from and exactly what they want, and then and put that up.
Right.
But if you want to do something for you, you go ahead and take that down.
Well, if you tired of your podcast being politically incorrect or being politically correct, and you tired of your podcast being taken down because somebody said something and somebody feel away, well, come on over to Words Music Dance. I'll let you speak your piece. I'll let you say whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have conversation. We're going to have dialogue. I'm not censoring nobody. You can talk how you want to talk.
And you don't want your producer all in the background.
Videos, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You say whatever you feel. Say it how you want to say it, and we agree, we disagree. That's what it's all about.
Come on to Ray J's Death Row.
I don't feel. I agree with what you said. I think, like you said, they succumb to the pressure of who's saying this on Twitter and we're gonna get canceled. In actuality, the bad publicity, like we said earlier, would have been good publicity for the show. Because I was looking for it. I'm looking for the episode to put into my episode so we can talk about it. But I wanted, because I like to hear it when a clip comes out or a transcript comes out. I want to hear the totality of it in the context to see what made him start talking, how they get to that topic. And I don't want to hear the little clip of what he said and run with that. I want to hear, so maybe I could get a better understanding of what he meant, what he was saying. So when I was looking for the episode, it was gone. So now they lost out on a lot of ratings they would have got. A lot of views, a lot of clicks, a lot of streams that they would have got, and a conversation they could have had on the next episode. Because that could have sparked a whole nother conversation about either overbearing dads or some people saying, hypocritical men or whatever topic you could have went with it. You know what I'm saying? They could have talked about him being a rapper and talking about smashing hoes and all that stuff, but saying, hey, my daughter can't. They could have anything, whatever.
Aside from him. Here's the topic. They had a lot of women that were bashing them and coming for them.
Right.
What about hypersensitive feminism that everybody is into right now? Mm-hmm. That, a woman only looks like, sounds like, fits in. As feminists, I thought we were trying to break out of the box. Why are we now breaking back in the box and breaking on other women and calling them anti and calling out against them?
Yeah, ladies.
Because see, that's my thing. That's the problem I had with this taking it down.
Talk, sis.
And said,
now she's breaking it up.
All you need is a yes.
Bring it back, Naya. Bring it back from the top, sis.
Yes.
Bring it back from the top, sis. Go.
I would have said this is a woman's podcast. And we had a man on here who's not afraid
Not
to support
afraid.
his female style. They could have spun that whole thing in a whole nother direction and brought everybody back to this. But instead, you ran scared and turned tail. And that's what I have a problem with. Okay?
Run, Forrest, run.
That came from you. So can you stand up to the pressure or you go back down from it?
Stand up.
Stupid. I swear.
So I
This
can't.
fool.
This fool.
Where's this fool going?
We gonna stand. We gonna stand.
That was my thing. I'd have stood up. I wouldn't have made it apologize. I'm sorry. I offended. Because this is something that everybody does. As soon as, like Crystal said, the 5 people that don't like it and complain and start talking, they cancel.
Oh, well.
Instead of you standing up against them.
Oh, well.
Saying, what's your problem?
Problem
Matter of fact, the 5 of y'all that's mad, y'all come sit on the show and we talk about it.
Come
Guess
find
what?
me.
We now got another topic.
Drop a pin.
Okay?
Where you at?
I'm still moving out here in these streets.
Moving.
But instead of doing that, y'all go run it. Here's the thing. You can't build if you run it every time.
Like, I'm sorry, every time you phrase up, you about to go in. Like, go ahead, go in.
You can't run every time somebody throw a shot.
Nope.
This ain't the lane for you then.
Nope.
Okay? You want to figure it out. You want to be in podcasting and YouTube because everybody else is doing it and they making money. But the people that are making money took chances. Okay? And T.I. was one of the best guests you could have possibly had because he gave them content. And what did they do? They said, I'm sorry. Now, there are some topics that people have where they need to draw back and be like, man, we should have did that. But I don't think that was one. And I'm tired of everybody nitpicking on every single solid thing somebody has to say. The sensitivity of it all. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, they're canceled. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, the color black is canceled. The color black is canceled. The color white
is all of this cancel? I don't never understand this whole cancel culture. Who are you? Who gave you that kind of power to cancel something that's going on in my life? You don't pay no bills over here. You don't do shit over here.
I don't have the right to say what I want to say, but you got the right to cancel me. What kind of backwards, idiotic nonsense?
And you know what it is, and I think I said this on a previous episode, a couple episodes back. It's people that with social media and what have you. Everyone has an opportunity now to be a sideline official. You know what I mean? Like some people are in the game, playing the game, and actually doing stuff about action. Those that can't do it, talk about it. And now there is power that they believe they have in it because like when Sonic the Hedgehog movie came out and they revealed the character and people, I don't like it, made them do the whole movie over.
Okay, well, wait a minute though. That was
but I'm just saying, like the power in, I can tell you, because Yelp reviews and 5-star ratings and everyone can review and critique everything because of the internet. It used to be just either Siskel and Ebert. Cancel culture is this mythical power that the internet feels like they have because they feel like they're so empowered and I'm so important because people either like what I say or retweet what I say because I said something funny or poignant or whatever, what have you. So they feel like if I say #cancel, then it means something. You know what I mean? Everybody feels so empowered now, and it doesn't come from a point of any kind of, validity. And that's why it doesn't last, because people also have short-term memories. So R. Kelly could be canceled one week, and then you can go to a cookout next month and Step in the Name of Love comes on, and people are like, oh, yeah. That's my jam.
Well, not no more.
I know it happens.
Yes. I think.
Yes, it's still happening.
I'd leave.
Are you serious?
Seeing a whole R. Kelly set happen. It happened.
Really?
Shout out, yeah. And some people laughed and joked like, we can't play that no more. It was because the music is the music. And
so then hopefully there is justice for Juicy. Justice for Juicy.
Well, he wasn't canceled. He used his friends in high places, and his whole case got thrown out. And even though they were like, we know he lied, but we just don't want to waste no more time with the case. So they like, we know he guilty. We know he should be in jail, but he got connections and he all right. That's what that was. And people forgot, but he, Empire's done. We don't know what he's going to do next. So as far as canceled, he may not be canceled, but he's currently unemployed.
You know who I respect? I respect the audience at Tyler the Creator's event for booing Drake and him to their face. They booed them to their face. They didn't cancel them online. They didn't send out text messages and say cancel this.
Mm-hmm.
They booed him to his face. They the real MVPs in this conversation.
There you go.
Justice for Juicy.
Juicy didn't get no justice. He don't need no justice. He lied. Nobody believed him in the first place.
The French actor.
Yeah, nobody believed him in the first place, and that's why I didn't want to talk about it right away. Because when I first heard the story, I texted Naya. I was like, "This don't sound right."
First of all, I've been saying since day one, who the goes to Subway at 2 a.m. during the Arctic blast?
Which is another one that's coming this week, I think, or something like that. So he better be careful because they might be out there again.
Below in Chicago, and you outside. They just got finished saying on the news it was one of the coldest days in history, and your ass is outside at 2 o'clock in the morning getting a Subway sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, when I was watching I was watching Dave Chappelle, and he was like, "And where were you going?" Subway.
Yes.
Yes. Subway. You cannot. You sure? Okay. Sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you rock with this.
Screw Juicy. He should be in jail.
Nah, Juicy. He can't go to jail with a name like Juicy.
Listen, should have thought about that before you lied and said he was attacked by two white supremacists and it was 2 Nigerians.
You cannot go to that jail with a name like Juicy.
Negative 20-degree weather.
Yeah, listen.
Sandwiches?
But listen, thank y'all, ladies, for doing this episode. We would not be taking this episode down, no matter what was said and how people feel about
Better
it.
not. Yeah.
This episode will stay as it is in its truest form, and so will every other episode.
She said at me. She said at me.
At me. All the smoke.
Yo, don't at me.
So Ned, give them your social media then. Go ahead.
You see my name, look me up. At me.
Figured you want to say it so people that's listening could hear it,
You posted up there for the people
for the people watching, but the people listening don't see the video. So
okay, well that's too bad.
For the audio listeners,
I don't know what it is. So you find me and at me.
She tough. Crystal,
don't at me. You don't want it. You don't want these kind
Crystal,
of.
You're not gonna say yours?
Nah, you don't want these kind of.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put it both up there. Please, listeners, look at the description below. Their information will be there because they talking tough. So challenge them, go at them, let them know what it is.
Listen, I ain't never scared.
Okay.
She just don't remember her social media name. That's all. She ain't scared.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't at me.
But the most fundamental feature of language that allows us to exchange thought. In a conversation, we connect the most private world of our mind to the minds of others. And that's what podcasting is all about. And that's why we're not taking it down. Crystal, don't give me that face, all right?
You just made it though. You landed it. It was a little bumpy.
I got it though. I haven't said it in a week and a half. All right. That's why I had to write it down.
I held it last week.
You should have been like red leather, yellow leather, red.
I ain't got time for all that. But conversation, that's what it's all about. However you feel about it, you can address that yourself in the comments. That's why the conversation continues. We ain't deleting nothing. All right, we here.
Okay.
And I'll see y'all next week.
Bye.